Your recent research suggests that there is a fast-growing market of goods being sold from Russia to foreign customers. Do you see much potential in that market?
Absolutely. It's a market that today is in the region of about $2 billion, as estimated by Data Insight, based on a piece of research that we did with them together this year. If the import market is about $4 billion, export is half the size of that, which is quite good. There are traditional categories there, such as digital goods, which are about 44%. There is travel, which is 27%, as a new emerging category of physical goods, which is about 23% out of that 2 billion. But interestingly enough, it's the most dynamically growing category. It's growing at 120% year on year. And quite interestingly, it's not the sort of products that you would expect coming from Russia, such as matryoshkas or shankas or some of ours. It is sunglasses, it is wedding dresses, it is covers for GoPro cameras. So it's quite an interesting and niche market today. And again, what we're saying on who's buying from Russia, it is largely North America, about 44%, then it's Western Europe, then it's Asia Pacific. But what's quite interesting there is that it's not necessarily Russian-speaking people that are buying from Russia. It is effectively people who are satisfied with the quality, with the price, with the offering. More than 50% today of people online don't necessarily care about the provenance of the goods, which country the goods are coming from, as long as all the other factors are right for them.
What kind of obstacles do Russian small and medium businesses face when they try to sell abroad, and how can PayPal help them?
Today, the majority of those companies that are exporting online are fairly young companies. More than 60% of them are 3 years old or younger. Again, a large proportion of these companies are based outside of Moscow and St. Petersburg, so about 70% are outside of those 2 large cities. So for them, international recognition and effectively being, if you will, young is such an obstacle. Where PayPal can help is that effectively we've got 200 million consumers worldwide that are using PayPal to pay for their purchases. Once these merchants, once the small merchants effectively put PayPal as a payment option, they become part of our two-sided network, where on the one side we have the consumer, on the other side we have the merchant. And because that trust exists within the network, and because we provide for that trust, because we give the additional sense of protection through buyer protection program or seller protection programs, consumers and merchants can transact in a much safer way than before.
Mm-hmm. Do Russians who live in small cities, in faraway places, have met any success trying to sell things to foreign customers?
We have actually done a project a couple of years back that was looking specifically at that. That was looking at consumers and merchants that are in small and faraway cities. One of the conditions for participating in that project was that you had to be in a city with a population of less than 30,000 inhabitants. We ran a contest in the social media and received about 700 replies, where people were telling their stories of how they're buying stuff or how they're selling stuff with PayPal and via the PayPal network. We selected about 20 stories. We spoke with the people, we interviewed them, and essentially we chose 5 stories that we've put into a video format. It's all available online, and the project was called Wherever You Are, because effectively they were in Yuzhno-Sahalinsk, in Murmansk, on Lake Baikal, and these are very personal, very touching and very emotional stories where indeed, people tell us how they are able to participate in the global space because of being part of the PayPal network. We did a similar project last year, which is called Commerce Less Biased, and this was looking at specifically the merchant side. This was looking at how merchants today from these faraway cities use PayPal in order to find markets that, if they were just talking about their own small city, wouldn't be there. And these are people who are effectively doing what they love. It's a hobby that has become a job, a hobby that has become a business, selling these products because they now have access to that global audience.
Let's say I want to start selling things abroad. What would be your advice?
Well, it's like in any business, I think being passionate being driven is why people succeed in business, is why entrepreneurs succeed as entrepreneurs. The trust factor and where we can come in as PayPal is, where they need to build that acceptance network, where they need to be accepted by consumers outside of Russia. And obviously, seeing the little PayPal logo in the corner of the checkout page acts as that trust factor for these consumers buying from Russian merchants abroad. We also have a number of programs, such for example as ePassport, a number of pages on our website that explain to small merchants how to start online, and I guess my last word would be don't be afraid, just go for it.